is that they will be playing in the Raiders' house. So the jokes would be absolutely classic. You know what I mean? The jokes would be absolutely epic about playing in the Raiders Stadium. So, we will see. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. But the Raiders, I think they got dreams. They got dreams of playing in their stadium. But the but
No chance.
but you know
No
what?
chance.
The Raiders are nothing but the Raiders have became uh, a team that's not really even an NFL team anymore. They're actually a attraction. They're a piece of
Mhm,
entertainment because
mhm.
literally the Raiders have became Tony Bennett. Come watch the Raiders on Sunday at 1 o'clock as they play the Chargers.
Well,
You know what I
well,
mean?
well. It's like when I'm out there in Vegas in March. During the
Blue Man
hockey
Group.
season, you see all the road teams, so you know who the Knights are playing that day. Whether it's the Red Wings, whether it's the Avalanche, the Bruins, or whatever, everyone's walking around in town with the away team, and it's the same thing in the NFL. And their prices are so stupid. Never mind, you can't even park there, but that's for another show. My point is, it's the road team. It's a destination. If you're a Patriots and the Patriots are going to Vegas in November, you take a weekend out to Vegas to go check out the Patriots and Raiders, where, yeah, they have a great following, but it's not like the old, stadium where they're all dressed up. It's more corporate America, and, the road teams got 35-40% in there as well. So I can make this real quick and short and sweet for the Raiders. Very simply, it's a coach that will not be there next year. It's a wide receiver with Devontae Adams that's nicked up, that doesn't want to be there right now. It's a quarterback that they signed, Jimmy G, that the over-under should be 5 games if he's going to play more than that. I think Brian Hoyer is a backup. It's a running back, Josh Jacobs, who led the NFL in rushing last year, that held out, did get paid, who's going to rush back to get ready for week 1, who will probably be injured by week 3. They lose their tight end, Darren Waller. They add Jacoby Myers. It's a team in disarray, a defense with a lot of holes. One of the best kickers in the game with Mr. Carlson. But whatever their under-over is, I'd go under. I got them finishing last in this division. And I got Mr. Josh McDaniels coaching his last official full year in the NFL as a head coach.
Yeah, because you know what? I really feel like Josh McDaniels is a college coach. Like
He
he
is.
definitely is a college coach because he wants to control people and he wants to be the end all be all. He wants to be the dictator, all that good stuff. And that is fairly suited for college right there. So I would say this: if he once he fails with the Raiders this year, he will probably become the head coach of Boston College. How about that? Why don't we put him on Boston College real quick? Because Boston College would be stupid enough to bring him in right now. You know that because well, actually, no, they have smart people there. So no, they probably wouldn't do that. I would think that, you know what, they probably would make him start a little bit down the bit of the totem pole a little bit. They'll probably put him with one of the worst teams in a conference, in a power conference, not with a top team in a power conference. You got to put him somewhere where he can really have some say because you're not going to go to Ohio State until you're not gonna get away with what you get away with in the NFL at Ohio State. You're not gonna get away with it at Michigan. You're not gonna get away with it at any place that's a true blue blood of college football. You know what I mean? So he might want to take his services over to the local college called UNLV as well too. You know, but Raiders, you guys already know, sentimental with the Raiders. Me and the Raiders have got a great relationship. We got a back and forth relationship. I'm a LA Raiders. I was that was fun in the 90s. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. 80s as well too. Oakland, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But Las Vegas is the Raiders just being a good, you know, historic act. It's almost like, do they have actors out here? Because the way the Raider games finish at home, it's literally like they put a script together to finish up the game because every single one of their games are close. Like every single one is close. Like you're not going to get out of that part. But the Raiders, to me, when you look at everything with the Raiders, nothing is sexy about the Raiders. 20-1 to win, 20-1 to win the division. Raiders, 20-1 to win the division. The Raiders and Cowboys and 49ers too, they have the type of fan bases that do not care where the team is sitting at. They will bet on you. So pretty much if they have the odds at 20-1, they're not getting any money on the Raiders because Raider fans are even with the idea that this ain't a Super Bowl year. And the Raiders are always Super Bowl or bust every single season. It don't matter what the roster is. And pretty much right now, the Raiders are in position to set themselves up to bring in their next rookie quarterback. I think that's exactly what they're doing right now. They're gonna try. They're gonna try. Okay, all right, Raider fans. It's not like they're just gonna lay down. Okay, but once we get to the point to where we know they're not going to make the playoffs, they'll have that kid in there, the Aiden O'Connell, the rookie. They'll have him in there, and they'll probably be ready to say, "Oh, he's going to be the next guy up for our team," and that probably won't weigh true at all. So the Raiders are really stuck. You know what I mean? And there's not much to talk about because the Raiders are not attractive at all. There's nothing good about them. You got Jimmy G, who's at the twilight of his career. You got Josh Jacobs, who's already disgruntled, and all he's going to think about is getting that monster contract. He might have a good season. Most likely, he's not going to do well because he started the camp way too late. Running backs have to be in camp so they can get the things on them. He didn't do that. Devontae Adams has already checked out. Let's just keep it real. Devontae Adams is checked out because we've had 3 incidents with Devontae. And literally, when Devontae walked out the first preseason game, I caught what was going on. Devontae does what Devontae wants, and the Raiders, you gonna accept whatever I want. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do what I want until you get rid of me because I don't care because y'all don't care. So you have that. The Raiders have one of the worst offensive lines coming into this season as well too. And then when you look at that defense, Crosby, I'm gonna keep it real, overrated. He's a good player. He's not a great player because he over pursues way too much for a guy who's supposed to be a top tier defensive end. He always misses the mark in a lot of games. He could probably get 7 sacks a game, but he misses the mark 6 times to get 1 sack. And that's not, to me, a great player. That's a good player that knows how to rush a passer. That's a situational player. Chandler Jones is old. Let's keep it real. And then the rest of that defense is absolutely atrocious. And if the Raiders can't play any defense, they're not going to be able to win any games. And that's been the problem for the last for pretty much the last 20 years. So if you're not going to play any good defense, then you're not going to win anything. Derek Carr wasn't your problem. Your defense was the problem. And then to back that up, your coach is even worse because he literally quit on his quarterback second half of the season. They were still chasing the playoffs. And then the guy won 6 in a row for you. And you still didn't like him. So that just goes to show you that we have a real power struggle going on with the Raiders. And we have an owner that's too busy trying to be popular with the city of Vegas. So with this, the Raiders are absolutely fried, fish fried this year. I would have said cooked, but fried's even better because they are in the deep fryer right now. And boy, oh boy, they are going to be very tasty for the rest of the AFC West and the AFC.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, I enjoy doing these both Wests. I think they're kind of built similarly. I think you got the Chiefs and the Chargers, and then a drop off between Denver and obviously the Raiders. And then in the NFC, again, you have the 49ers in Seattle, and then you've got a big drop off with the Rams in Arizona. So they're built the same. I think both favorites win the divisions. 49ers in Kansas City, but I could sprinkle a plus 230 on the Chargers, and you can convince me to take a plus 230 on Seattle because the Rams in Arizona are going to be nowhere to be found. So it's going to be interesting. But again, I think we've covered now all the divisions, and I think we're set for next Tuesday. Prime time.
All right, man. We don't want to say it too much because Deanna probably bring himself out here and be like, "Hey, man, I own the rights to that," even though it's a word that's in the dictionary and pretty much is owned by television. So prime time. So pretty much it is what it is. But Jeff, thank you. I know we went over a little bit longer than we usually do, but you know what? I'm so excited about this NFL season coming up. We got college football going on today. And you know, when I already do a show before I do another show, you know I can just go. So pretty much thank you very much for your time and everything like that, Jeff. And if you sat with us throughout the whole show, thank you for your time as well, too. And don't worry, you know I'm going to break all this up for you so you don't have to sit there and try to watch 90 minutes of us jibber-jabbering. I'll get you straight to the point. But all in all, I want to thank you guys so much. We'll be back, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
We'll be live at 10 o'clock. Or was it 9:30? Or 9:30 prep and then 10 o'clock show?
Yeah, we'll be in the studio at 9:30, 12:30 my time. We'll be live by 12:45, 1 o'clock tops.
Yep. So you guys be ready with your questions, all that good stuff. And I think possibly I don't know, maybe me and Jeff might bless you guys with a daily fantasy, on each side, see if we can kind of go at it. But we'll have to organize that a little bit more. But I'm going to let Jeff get the opportunity to give us his over-unders. I'm going to email you what I have. So then you can send me something back. So then we can both just be able to tell people about who we had overs and under wins. So, it just isn't me. You know what I mean? So pretty much, and it was going to take up another 15 minutes. So we'll just save it for the next show. So pretty much, thank you so much, Jeff. Any shots out that you want to send before we wrap this thing up?
Just everyone. It's a new year. It's a new start, fresh beginning. Me and Pops both crushed it last year. I think I was about plus 25 units. Pops was right around plus 20, somewhere in that neck of the woods. Every week is a new week. So if you have a great first week and you're walking around like you're Jimmy the Greek or something, well, the NFL can smack you down to reality real quick. So you don't want to get over your skis. You want to stay amongst your means, and if you can set a bankroll, please do. Never chase. Remember, Sundays, I call them quicksand Sundays for a reason. We'll get more into that. Enjoy the college football tonight and this weekend. On week 1, I'll be live at the BC game against Northern Illinois this week, working there. But other than that, Pops, again, excited for week 1 in the NFL on Tuesday.
All right. So I'm excited, man. I can't wait. And thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'll be back in about 2 hours, but I won't be on here. I will be on the radio. So you guys can listen to me and Mike Abadir on the Voice America and hear us just, rant on. Me and Mike just be up there ranting, baseball talk, NFL talks, just sports talk in general. But you guys make sure to tune in for that one as well, too. It's been a fun, exciting day, and I can't wait to get back on that one as well, too. But thank you guys so much. We'll be back on Tuesday. Make sure that you tune in. I will remind you of that as well, too. And with that, this is the NFL Bet Exchange, and we bid adieu. Toodles, and we're out of here. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFL Bet Exchange, where the sharpest bets are laid. This show was produced by the